Hey guys,
Hey everybody, it's Shadowstar and Crystal here for the Steven Universe Season 1 finale!
JailBreak, here we go. There is a lot to unpack here.
Holy crap, so remember way back in the first few episodes where I couldn't remember anyone's name and I would just call them the fat one, the annoying one, and the tall one? It turns out significantly calling her the tall one was a good excuse. There's a reason she's taller than everyone else.
Yeah.
Because she's just two mini-me's.
Yeah.
And that's why she has 3 eyes.
Yeah. And also why she has 2 gems.
I never caught that. Holy crap, I'm gonna give it to you. I never caught that. I legitimately didn't see it coming.
I've been holding back for so long.
Well done for biting the hell out of your tongue.
I remember a reaction channel where someone was watching the episode The Test, and when they were opening the door, someone was like, why does she have 2... Wait
a minute! That explains what I was thinking about with the door! Because there's 5.
Yeah, because she's 2 gems.
And that explains why she's always the powerhouse of the team.
Yeah.
But
like
also,
Jasper's...
this was foreshadowed way back in the episode with Nicki Minaj.
I guess so?
No, it was. Wait, was it Nicki Minaj?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, because think about it. The whole point of that episode is the longer you stay fused, the less you become identifiable as 2 people and become one.
Mm.
So that foreshadows the fact that she...
And like we saw in fusion cuisine, the more gems you have, the more unstable it is.
But still, that's the point. The whole thing is the longer you stay fused, the more you identify as one singular being, which is what Garnet has been doing the whole season.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Okay. We'll get to that again.
No. We want more of that. Now that the cat's out of the bag, I hope that next time we have a huge episode with a fight, we don't always have her being a powerhouse. I'm hoping that sometimes we get 2 together. I mean, 2 of them splitting.
It depends.
I'm sure they have to do it occasionally.
Well, I don't really want to say much, but one of the reasons why they stay fused a lot is because Sapphire isn't really built for fighting, so she doesn't really have a weapon.
No, that makes sense. Sapphire's the brain. That's why she's super intelligent and has future vision. That probably comes from Sapphire, and the Ruby is obviously where the power comes from.
Yeah. One quick thing I want to touch on. So many reaction people have made this mistake. Ruby says, I can't see in this episode, and so many idiots take that as
literal.
Ruby's blind.
No.
It's because she's so used to sharing Sapphire's future vision as Garnet.
It must be so crazy because they're always one person. You know what it reminds me of? It's like a friendly version of... We'll get to this in the Flash. It's a bit like how you've got on Earth 2, how Firestorm always stays together.
Yeah, I guess so.
But enough about that comparison. Speaking of Garnet, this was truly her episode. With that, it wasn't a group fight scene. But my goodness, I love fight scenes, I love singing, and to get them together, holy crap.
Song, that's what I meant when I said my introduction to the show, the first thing I ever saw was a clip of that song. That was what drew me to the show. I'm like, what is going on? I need to watch that.
That song, at first I was thinking, okay, Garnet's gonna rap, but no, it turned into a song, and my god. I've usually thought the songs are either hit or miss, except for maybe, the workout song and, what was it? Greg's song.
Oh, yeah.
But this one definitely takes a cake. Holy crap.
Yeah.
But wait! There's still a thread missing, or as TV tropes would call it, what happened to the mouse. What happened to the Peridot?
Yeah, she got in an escape pod and got sent down to Earth.
Exactly. Peridot's still here.
Yeah, she's on Earth.
All that time we were saying that Peridot's going to be the big thing, but really, Peridot didn't...
Really, Jasper was our main boss of the season.
Exactly, which means we'll probably see Peridot eventually.
Speaking of bosses, something we forgot to mention last time is a little line Jasper said, Yellow Diamond is going to want to see this.
Yeah, okay, whatever. We'll see it when it comes up again, because it didn't factor into this episode.
Yeah. But yeah, everyone's just working for a higher up.
Exactly, but wow. Also, I like the fact that the episode, I noticed, the episode actually never does call out why Steven can go through the barrier. I figured out, yeah, of course it's because he's not a full gem, but they don't actually tell you that.
Yeah, I love they don't truly explain it. For a moment, Sapphire asks how, he shows her, and she's just like, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, which makes more sense when you realise, now that you know Sapphire is Garnet, because at first you think, wait, hang on, Sapphire has no idea who this person is, but of course...
Yeah.
But, see, I can't...
Steven is dumb because he doesn't ask, how did you know my name?
See...
She even says, thank you, Steven.
Man, I'm as dumb as Steven in this one.
Yeah, you didn't ask, how'd she know his name?
Because that's the thing, even when they reunited, I'm thinking, oh, cute, isn't that, they're like a couple or something? I didn't catch it till literally at the very moment it happened.
God, you're dumb.
I remember
I thought you might have been...
So, I'll call back to... I can remember my thought process. At the very end of, like, last episode where Garnet gets defeated, and, you know, you see it split into two, I thought it was like, okay, maybe when gems are killed by gems, it's a lot more devastating. And I thought, that's why it broke in two. Her gem's broken. Steve's gonna have to fix it. I didn't realize it was two separate gems. Oh, God.
Yeah, that's what happens when you kill a fusion.
Wow. Well done for hiding a secret. You couldn't hide a lot, you couldn't... So, you know what's amazing? All through Arrow, I kept yelling at you for not being good at holding spoilers. But you've kept me spoiler-free this whole time.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
I thought you'd be like one of those people who knew from the start.
No, I would have said something. Usually if I've got a theory, I catch on and I tell you.
They foreshadowed it even back in the unaired pilot when she says, we are the crystal gems at the start, and they say their names. To her left, red rocks. To her right, blue rocks.
Okay, whatever.
It's amazing. I love it.
Wow. Okay. You had me. I was worried about this. It wasn't quite what I expected from the finale, but I'm not disappointed by any means.
Yeah, in a way, Lapis was the real hero of the finale, because she sacrificed herself to a life of being fused to use her powers to keep Jasper underwater.
Yeah, it was it wasn't good in the same way as the Border episode, because that one had like a fight scene with multiple people, which I loved, but this was still really good for different reasons, because obviously you've got that huge fight scene
and a big reveal.
That huge fight scene, and there's a lot of action going on in that song, and then you've got the reveal, which, holy crap, they set it up so well, and I didn't think, you know what, you're right, I didn't see any of this coming.
You're so dumb. Right from the start, when I watched it, I was like, why does she have two gems? It's gotta mean something.
I never caught on to that. I noticed
two gems.
I noticed all the wrong things. I'm too busy looking at either jokes or coming up with theories.
Our first introduction to fusion was Opal in Giant Woman, and the first thing you notice is they have the gem in the same placement as the gems. Like, she had something on her forehead like pearl and one on her chest like amethyst. Garnet has one on each hand, because Ruby's is on her left hand, Sapphire's is on her right.
Yeah, alright.
Those two, they are the cutest couple.
I know, I was thinking, isn't that adorable? And then I didn't even see that. It's like, oh, isn't that adorable? The fans must love this. And then 2 seconds later, I saw them fuse it to Garnet. I was like, what the utter hell?
Was them the entire time.
I hope you were watching my face and not the screen at that moment.
You were covering your face a lot. You do that a lot.
Oh my god. You know, I don't often want to do a reaction, and I'm still not the best at doing reactions, but that must have been insane.
Yeah, I really wished I could have recorded your reaction.
Oh, man.
That was amazing.
Alright, well, I've been in awe this whole time. I will say it's a 9.5. I'm so close to giving it a 10 out of 10.
You know what? I will. Finally a 10. This is amazing. I mean, just like my Arrow Season 2 was my big first 10 out of 10, not counting a joke,
This is your big first 10 out of 10.
I mean, think about it. Like I said, a piece of this episode was the first thing I ever saw of Steven Universe, and it was good enough to get me to watch the whole show.
Well, we'll wait to that to when... Well, then let's just wait till we get to Raiders of the Lost Ark in Legends. That was my introduction. But enough about that. We have just watched an amazing episode, and we have finished the first season of Steven Universe.
It's gonna be amazing.
Holy crap.
I'm really looking forward to the quiz to see how well you remember the second half of the season.
It's really... Here's the thing, we've both gone through journeys, because if you think about it, you were looking that forward to Arrow. You like other things in the Arrowverse, but you came around on Arrow a lot.
Plus, when it comes to Steven...
Whereas with me, you know what I was like before I watched Steven. You know how I react to overrated shows or things like that.
Even I went on a bit of a journey with Steven, because my perspective was season 1 is long and boring and annoying. And I've come to appreciate some good episodes.
I know.
I still don't like Freiburg.
Oh, come on. It wasn't as great as I probably said back then, because it was only like episode 4 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
But thinking about Freiburg just reminds me how far we've both come.
Yeah.
This has been incredible.
Yeah.
You know what? It's thing though. I always think of like Steven as secondary to Arrow on our channel, but doing this, it feels like we've gone through more of a journey than we have with the other shows.
Yeah, definitely.
I
mean, it's a completely blind thing for one of us.
For me, it's a completely blind show.
Yeah, the Arrowverse, I'm not completely blind.
But there are some shows you are, and that will be interesting. And there's even some shows we're both blind on.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll get into that soon. That'll be very interesting because none of us will know what's coming. It'll be interesting to have a perspective where we're both blind.
I'm getting good at keeping spoilers away.
I know.
You have no idea how... I still have things to hide.
That's the thing. We were getting into Flash and I'm thinking, oh, please don't ruin some of the really clever spoilers. You've had a spoiler the whole time.
Yeah. Right from the start, she's been a fusion, and it's been foreshadowed all the time.
Looking back, it made every single thing make sense.
Another nice line in the Stevani episode when Amethyst says, "Don't worry, it's really hard, even for us." Garnet says, "Not for me." She's the fusion expert.
Oh my God, you're right.
She's the fusion expert.
Oh.
Because she's fused all the time. She's what we call a permafusion, because normally they just use fusion as a temporary thing to be stronger when they need it for missions and stuff.
Yeah.
Like we saw with Opal and such.
Okay, this leads to an interesting little thing I just thought of right this second. As shown by, when all three of them were together, or when the two bad guys in this episode were together, they can kind of talk and hear each other's thoughts, which makes me wonder... Remember, Garnet has fused with Amethyst, and she's fused with the others. Does that mean that in that brief moment, the others can finally hear the two separate thoughts of Ruby and Sapphire?
I think so. Well, we don't know.
But it also makes an odd point of, when they do that fusion, Garnet still operates, you hear them talk all three, but you only hear Garnet, you don't hear, two... So obviously, they couldn't do that for the spoiler's sake, but it makes an interesting point. It really makes you think about when,
in fusion cuisine, it was
a fusion...
knock it off, you two.
Exactly, it's like when a fusion fuses with another thing.
Yeah. It's really hard to explain that. You could just explain away and say they tried not to.
Which is why they're even bigger, because it's not 3 fusions, it's 4.
Yes. Some people like to point out if you freeze frame at the right moment, when Alexandrite falls apart, you can sort of see Garnet split in two a little with their silhouettes.
Okay.
It's like all 4 of them split apart, but then Garnet quickly refuses in a way.
Okay, nobody would have noticed that.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe you'll try and find that frame for this.
Yeah, I'll find it, but...
There's been so much to say, and I can't believe we've watched a whole damn season of this show.
Yeah, and the next one will
You
probably...
have no idea. Look, I love going on websites like TV tropes, but it has been so hard to resist going on there because I think I don't want to accidentally look at spoilers. Because sometimes you see things, it's like they might make a joke about things that happen later. It's like,
oh,
no.
yeah. One time remember when you tried to look up Lars's voice actor?
And the Google search fucking spoiled something, possibly.
Yeah, Google recommended Lars' death.
We'll see. But then I caught on even more about that because, so you know how on Wikipedia, when you look at voice actors and it says year to year of this thing, I noticed that when I look at all the other characters, it'll say, 2012 to present. But with Matthew Moy as Lars, it says 2012 to 2019, not present.
Huh, that's weird.
Is it? I'll say no more, and I haven't looked anything up, so it just made me curious. It could just be the weirdest mistake in the world, but we'll see.
I mean, really, no one should say present because the show's not still going. So it should just end it at whenever they aired the last episode.
Fair point. But, yeah, this has been huge. I can't believe how far a journey we've both come, especially me.
Yeah, you really got to avoid spoilers. There is something I accidentally spoiled for myself when I watched it the first time, and I really wish I hadn't known, and I'm trying really hard to keep it from you, so...
It's okay. Yeah. All these times I joke about, it's like, don't say this, or just, we'll get to it.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done. Because I remember I saw Ruby and Sapphire, I was like, I think I've seen pictures of them before. Nothing, I didn't know anything, I just like, you see things around the world, I've seen that character before. Just like when I saw, I knew I recognized Lapis, and I knew I heard the name Jasper. So there's like little tiny things I don't know. I know nothing about them, but it's like, I know that name or that picture.
Yeah.
But then, oh man.
Yep.
That moment she fused, holy crap. It's like, what the...
Yeah, like...
My brain, took about half a minute to process what the hell was happening. It's like, what the... It looks like, wait, what? Hang on, what?
Especially because they start off without the glasses on, so she looks a bit weird for a moment.
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah,
oh my god.
Got it. It was her all along.
It's like, obviously, it was only 2 seconds, but sometimes you have thoughts, it's like, it's 2 seconds of thoughts, but it's like 50,000 things at once.
Yes.
Oh, goodness me.
But yeah, most gems just use fusion temporarily, but because they love each other so much, it's their way of giving their love form, I guess. They want to be completely together in every way they can.
I'm trying to think, that feels like some other thing I've seen in another show where couples fuse together. I can't remember what show it is or what thing it is.
I don't know.
I can't remember. I feel like I'm thinking of something in particular where it's like fusing is like a representation of two people. Oh, whatever. But
that's exactly what this is.
I know, but it's not this because I would know about it.
That's why I remember when I said to you, Amethyst is the least lesbian of the three, and you tried to theorize something about Garnet having a relationship with someone, and I said, well, in a way, Garnet's already in a relationship.
Oh, god damn, you clever idiot.
She is a relationship. That's why I said, no, don't ship her with anyone. She's already in a relationship.
Maybe she's
with
polyamorous.
No.
Wow. Now it just makes it even more fun when you think of every great line from Garnet.
Yeah.
But, you know what? But you've just made it even better for me. You know why? Because this episode, as I said, confirmed the whole thing about two people putting together is supposed to be the ultimate form of love. And may I remind you of Kevin?
Mm-hmm.
You just made the shipping even better. Hey, I was right about one thing. It wasn't as big as I thought it would be, but I knew that phone call in the last episode would come back. It was just a brick joke at the end, though.
Yeah, she just called back and she was like, what's going on? And
Oh, man.
she's just like trying to process everything he's just seen.
Also, I was going to say in that last episode, that's the dumbest voicemail. Why would Steven leave a voicemail? It's like, there's crazy shit happening on, and there's gems. It's like, you didn't realize you left it on the house phone, and her parents are obnoxious, protective idiots.
Yeah.
Well, I'm giving this a 9.5, and you're giving it your 10 out of 10.
Yeah, it was great. We haven't really talked much about the fusion between Lapis and Jasper, who...
There's not much to say. We saw it happen in the end.
I love that Garnet said they are really bad for each other.
I did, okay.
People used them as a symbol for, like, a toxic relationship.
But, okay, even then, I was like, I'm glad I watched it, because, at first I was thinking, no, come on, she wouldn't. And then, it turns out it was just a trick, and I was like, oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, at first you might think, well, because she was trapped on Earth so long, she wants revenge.
I need to go listen to, like, my thoughts on, like, the first couple of episodes, because, like, man, you got it, I'm sorry, you won me, you did it. You didn't get me with other stuff, but you got me. Go look at me in the first few episodes, I'm like, okay, what am we doing now? And then here we are, a season in. What a journey. I couldn't believe it, but it worked.
It's only going to get better.
All right, well, look, I think we've rambled on enough about the episode in the season.
Yeah, we've talked way long enough.
But it's season finales. Season finales on this channel have a pattern of being longer than usual.
Because you end up reviewing the season as a whole well.
We like to do a little recap of how far we've come, but speaking of how far we've come, do you remember what the first episode... Well, you know what? Forget the next season. Between this time and the next season, we're going to try and refinish episodes, because we missed a couple episodes because someone's an idiot. And then speaking of idiots, it turns out I'll be a big idiot because you're going to quiz me.
Plus, before starting Season 2, we need to watch the Season 2 shorts. We might just do it as one video where we talk about I think there's 5 or 6 shorts. We're not going to give them each their own video, obviously, because there's not much to say about them.
Well, with that being said, we will see you next time for Missing Stephen episodes, a quiz, Season 2 shorts, and other things Stephen as well. See you next time.